Hi everyone, Spider-Man 1991 here to do my number 5 day entry into the 12 Days of Christmas series. And at this point, since we're already into my top 5 heroes, some of you may already know what they are because you probably saw the top 5 heroes and villains video I did when Toxicity tagged me in a video. But, so this might be a little... So, it's already been revealed about my top choices of top 5 heroes since we're only 5 days away from Christmas. But I'm going to keep going with this since I have a few graphic novel recommendations. Okay, so my 5th favorite hero is none other than The Flash, Barry Allen. Okay, the reason I liked Barry is because the way he was written back in the Silver Age... Well, Barry was mostly the Silver Age Flash. And when he was written, he was just kind of more of an every average kind of guy who would do crime, who fought crime in and out of costume because he was the Flash, and also his day job was being a forensic scientist. So he was able to help out the police out of costume, and he's also able to help them out as the Flash, which I always thought was pretty interesting. And also, Barry Allen did save the universe. I don't care if it's erased from history anymore because of the relaunch. That's still something that sticks with me. Barry Allen saved the universe in Crisis of Infinite Earths, and he died at the end of the series, which is something that he's well remembered for. And he was recently brought back by Geoff Johns, though I'd say we enjoyed that version briefly until Flashpoint happened and then the whole New 52 and stuff. But anyways, time for my graphic novel recommendation for Barry, which is the Trial of the Flash. Like I said, Barry was the Silver Age Flash, and a lot of his adventures don't really have an overall story arc, because most of the comics in the Silver Age are like maybe 1 or 2 part stories that could be told in like a few issues, but they didn't really stretch out as much. The Trial of... And some of them aren't really collected. I mean, there is the DC Archives and the Flash Chronicles, but that's really more of reading the issues in order and stuff. And, well, I mean, the Trial of the Flash is very important because this is the story that Barry had his final battle with Professor Zoom before Zoom was resurrected. Basically what happens is it's on the day Barry's second marriage because the Reverse Flash killed his wife Iris, and eventually after years of grieving and stuff, Barry was able to find another woman, and then he almost got married a second time, but then Reverse Flash showed up, tried to kill his wife a second time, but Barry and him raced all across the world, and then Barry eventually snapped Zoom's neck, which killed him. And once the police found out and stuff, Flash didn't really get off because he was a superhero. He went on trial like a normal He decided to go through the system just like anyone else because he wanted to prove that he wasn't above the law. And, well, actually, I don't think that's why he did it, but he just went through the system like anyone else so that he would be on trial for murdering a supervillain, which is really strange. And also, Barry was called in by the Justice League, and they almost voted him out, but fortunately they didn't. And also, Also, this is pretty much the final Flash story featuring Barry Allen right before Crisis. I mean, it leads up to everything is covered in this: the death of the Reverse Flash, the resurrection of Barry's wife Iris, and also what happened to Barry in between the ending of the Flash series and Crisis. This thing is pretty thick, though, because, like I said, it collects everything from that. And the trial was a really, really long story, and this is pretty much the only collected edition of it right now. Yeah, this is the only collected edition, and because it's very thick, I don't think DC Comics wanted to print it all in color, so all these pages are in black and white. But it's still a great story. However, it is, again, back to the whole thickness of the book. It does take a lot of time because reading this thing cover to cover took me an entire afternoon. And I would also recommend this, and again, I wouldn't just recommend this story to Barry Allen fans, but also all Flash fans, because it set Barry up for, in a way, it did set Barry up for the Crisis, and it also, displayed his final battle with his ultimate enemy. Okay, I guess that's it for hero number 5 of this 12 Days of Christmas series. Only four more heroes left. I don't think I'm really going to go into a lot of detail about why I like. I don't think I'll really go into a lot of detail about why I like them, because, well, I already did it again in the top 5 video. If you want to hear more, you can check that video out, but in case not, thanks for watching anyway, and Spider-Man 1991 saying Happy Holidays.